it's just excitement more than anything, you know. This is something I've dreamed about as a young kid, as any fighter dreams about, is fighting for world titles. And like we said, we're 9 days away from making that dream a reality, I believe. So I'm super keen, super excited, know the task ahead, but yeah, it's just ready.
And what do you make of Subriel Matias? Obviously, he's got this sort of aura about him as a knockout artist kind of thing. But yeah, what do you see in him?
Um, Look, saying he's a tremendous champion. You know, he's ready. You see, you know, his record speaks for himself. Um, you can't take nothing away from him on that aspect, but I believe we've got the tools to get the job done, and like I said, shock the world. I've always said I'd fight anyone, and fighters fight, and I'm proving that. Not only fighting the guy that's, I believe, the most avoided in boxing, but yeah, gone to his hometown to do so. So it's exciting, and I think it's going to be a better chapter in the book when it's all said and done.
Yeah, what's the I suppose the response been like, or what kind of feedback have you got from, I guess, boxing, insiders and stuff, going to, like you say, one of the most avoided champions, not just in the division, but almost in boxing, going to his hometown, going to take him on head on.
Look, we've got a lot of respect from it. You know, that's we've got a lot of respect for it. A lot of the comments I've been seeing, I don't read too much into it, but the things I have seen, there's a lot of people on out, a lot more people backing us than I thought so, which I appreciate that and I respect that. A lot of love for everyone that supports us. So it's exciting, and yeah, we're 9 days away from proving to the world what I believe we already know, that we're at the top of this division, the top level. You know, I've proved it 24 other times. Um, my last outing with Montana Love was a beautiful performance to put me back in title contentions, and here we are 6 months later, about to fight for my first world title.
Did that they went over Montana Love? Did that kind of I know from your perspective you would have felt like you're at that level already, but did you feel like that win really proved to a lot of other people that you're there, you're ready for it?
Most definitely, I think it was the win, and the way we won was exactly how it needed to pan out. You know, I just to prove to the people that shit, this guy's here. He's a real threat, and he can make some noise in this division. And yeah, it was perfect, especially after the year I had of that before that with injuries. It was, you couldn't ask for a better comeback fight to blast back onto the scene. And yeah,
Especially on, that sort of high profile card as well. Like, there were pretty much everyone was watching that card as well to do it on a big stage like that.
that was massive, you know, and we won a lot of fans over, and hope to continue doing the same, you know, God willing, get it done June 15 and win some Puerto Rican fans over. That's what we're going to keep doing, is keep building my profile worldwide, and yeah, you know, get the belt and bring the big fights back to Australia. You know, I'm a proud Aussie, and no one deserves it more than the Australian fans. So that's the goal, is win these big fights and bring even bigger fights to Australia.
Yeah, you want to, say obviously people talk about winning belts, but you want to defend and unify and things like that. Try and bring some of those big fights back to Australia.
Definitely, most definitely, you know, but I know the task ahead of me first. So it's been strict tunnel vision on Matthias. It's going to be a hard task. You know, I'm very confident we can get it done. But yeah, you know the likes of names that's in the 140 division that can be on the horizon, and potential opponents going we get the job done. So it's exciting. I'm excited to be a part of this division. I believe it's the hottest division in boxing at the moment. So meant to be a champion of this division will yeah, really pop your name right up there with some of the best.
And yeah, you mentioned some of your injuries, particularly like more recently over the past sort of year or so. Yeah, just talk me through some of those, I guess, setbacks and um, sort of read and heard that you were, even having to contemplate, going back to work or getting a job or something like
Yeah.
that.
Just
Talk me through some of those moments.
it was just like I've had pretty much smooth sailing my whole career, and then I knocked Brock Jarvis out in the first round in October. We a quick turnaround. We wanted to fight in March. We were looking at Robbie Davies Jr. in England, in Liverpool, and we were 3 weeks out from the fight. Beautiful camp, ready to keep steamrolling forward, and then went to get the CAT scan or MRI, and they found a fracture in my cheekbone. Didn't know when it happened, how long it'd been there, and the British board ruled me out of that fight. So that was a setback. Come home, I was over in training in America for that fight at that time. Come home, and then just get the ball rolling again at the WBC title against Progress. We were, I think, our first 12-round spar, 4 weeks into training, sparring, felt a tear in my Achilles, and yeah, that was a slight tear in my Achilles tendon. So that was another step back, another step aside. And at that time, it felt like everything had been taken away from me. You know, it's just injuries back to back. My world title, that's something you dream about, and it was just taken from me. It's in you said about the work thing, it's just that's all thoughts across your mind with the uncertainty that you don't really prepare for. And everyone prepares for the great things and the good times, but you know, in the back of your head, that's always there. But when it actually happens, injuries, man, it's scary. Because it's just the uncertainty. You don't know, you know. Yeah, it was very scary. And but in saying that, I take the positive out of everything that happens, and it just showed how much being dragged away from boxing, how much I really do love it, and how much passion and love I had for the sport. When it's taken away from you, out of your hands, it just sparked a new fire in my belly, and yeah, we got the healing done, and I proved that with Montana Love. You know, I was so switched on, and man, this is the best I've been. So in a way, everything happens for a reason. It could have been a blessing in disguise. I think the world just getting me ready for these big fights, and getting my mind and my hunger back to push some extra bits in the trenches in training, and having to dig that extra deep coming into big fights like this. So we're 100% ready, and yeah, I think it's my time to be world champion. I think this how the book writes itself. Yeah.
Yeah, that must have yeah, must have come out in the not just the training camp, but in the fight and in the those moments right after you win that Montana Love fight, just all those months of worry and uncertainty must have
Exactly. It was
I don't know, relief or whatever it was. Yeah.
6 months before that. It was don't know what I'm gonna do, and then just shows time does. Yeah, just time does heal things in a way. You know what I mean? So that one big win, that's all it takes with boxing. It's very cutthroat and back to where we left off. So if not in a better position now. So very grateful for everyone I had around me and the support in those times and the hard times, and just that extra motivation to get these big fights done.
And I guess Australian boxing is on a riding a good wave.
Yep.
Obviously with Jai and Tim Tszyu and things like that. Do you feel, I don't know if do you feel like maybe this is the kind of fight, the kind of moment to propel yourself right into that mix as well? It kind of feels like maybe you're a little unheralded, or like don't get quite the credit you probably deserve.
100%. It's been like that my whole career, though, you know. So it's nothing new, but yes, 100. You cannot deny that, man. I beat Matthias, the most avoided guy in boxing. Man, that cements my name at the top of, or if the right at the top of the best Australians doing it at the moment. You know what I mean? We've got a massive wave. I'm glad to be a part of it, but at the same time, I want to make my own legacy, my own history, and get the most I can out of the sport of boxing. And with a win over this guy, I believe that will skyrocket me right up there for sure.
And then like you mentioned, super lightweight is some of probably the biggest names in boxing, like in and around there. Teo, Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney's up there now. Like those kind of names, those kind of fights in the future, surely.
Oh, definitely. You know, we're tunnel vision, we're locked in on Matthias, but man, them names are huge. They're massive fights, and it's exciting to be in this division. It's a blessing to be a part of this division because, man, you become a champion here, and you're right up there with the best of the boxers in the world. So the names are endless, the fights to make it endless, and man, I'm a fighter. Fighters fight. So what better division to be in than the one packed with all the talent? So yeah, June 15, I start my way to the top, and once we get there, we're going to be there for a long time, I believe. I believe this is the number one guy in the division at the moment, Matthias. So we're going for the hardest guy first.
When you sort of envision the fight, when you look ahead, how do you see yourself winning?
Look, we're prepared for anything. We can box, we can fight on the inside. I'm very confident I can vision myself with that red belt around my waist. And the words "NU" after it. You know, like I said, I know the task we've got ahead is very hard, but nothing good in life comes easy, so I'm ready for it.